and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for... No, I guess you want to do it again. Okay. Sorry.
Hello, my name is Gene Gilmore. My birth given name is Eugene Reuben Akers. I don't want any money for what I'm doing because hopefully this video won't come out until after my death. So I have nothing to gain, nothing to profit by telling you what I'm going to tell you. And a lot of what I'm going to tell you is available online until they see this video. And I'm sure things will start getting scrubbed. As well as moon photos. But anyway, my father in 1968 was stationed at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico. I made notes on my computer so that I wouldn't forget anything, because there's a lot of little things and stuff that I'd forget. So these notes were made a long time ago. The original recording that my father made on his deathbed was destroyed in a fire. So this is my deathbed confession, because now I'm dying of cancer. I've got cancer all over the place, and they don't know where it's coming from, and I don't know if they can stop it, but it don't look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this video. He knows not to do anything with it until notification of my death, for which my son will respond to that. Okay, like I said, in 1968, my father was stationed at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico. He was in the military police for over 20 years, and on his deathbed in 2002, we made a recording of what happened. Now, I already told you what happened to the recording. But it doesn't matter, because all the facts are there, so it doesn't matter who's telling the story or whatever. I will, at the end of the video, I'll supply a picture of my father, his badge, the flag of when they buried him. I'll show you some photos of my dad. I was born in 1955, so in 1969, I was 14 years old. I vividly remember the Apollo 11 coming down, landing on the moon, they're walking around and all that stuff. Anyway, I never questioned that until my dad told me what he told me on his deathbed. And then I started doing a little, nothing major, nothing, just surfing the web, I think they call it, surfing the web. And a lot of that information's right there on the web. I mean, it verifies the story that he told me. Okay, anyway, this is the story that my dad told me on his deathbed. Project Slam Dunk was the name of this. President Johnson in 1968, okay? In Cannon Air Force Base in 1968, he said by the time he got there, that there was already 2 large hangars that were connected. There was hundreds of dump trucks that came in and dumped sand and stone, and cement powder was powdered over the top of all that to make it look like a lunar landscape. They had men that fashioned it into a lunar landscape, he said. So anyway, he said that in front of the airplane hangars was pole framing with large canvas tents that was concealing the inside of the staging area. Inside the staging area, on flatbed trucks, was uncrated the lunar lander that was assembled reassembled back inside the hangars. All of the walls were painted flat black, and the ceilings as well. He was sworn to secrecy by the NSA, and they would put him in prison for breaking that oath. And when Dad saw the moon landing on TV, he cried. He said he knew that what he had witnessed on TV was exactly what they recorded in that hangar.
You ought to be in pictures.
Not the best?
Let's say it's another one to print. I think that's awfully good. That one and the one before it was pretty good.
Do we have about 15 seconds?
Oh yeah, you got a lot of time. Yeah.
I claim this land in the name of...
What do you got now? Now move.
Cut it.
Ready? And action.
Cut it.
Jim, there you go.
Print that. Print for...
He needs to go
41.
past this mark.
Once more, please.
Otherwise, he,
Let me walk it for you. Tell me if I don't want
back in the middle of it.
41. Here's what we really need is for him to go to his left and then kind of veer back. Is that right?
No lights on the car. No lights. No lights. One more right away.
Headlight.
Exactly right, and it has to be. We have to be high enough so that we've got you against blue sky and not against earth as you're coming in. You're coming in a descending approach as you get in.
Over. We can rehearse it. Said, go back and we'll rehearse it and see how it looks.
Okay. Ready? And action. Headlight.
Quiet.
Headlight on the mic.
Ready? And action. Ready? And turn.
Use the second marker there.
Love you, yeah.
This is a hell of a time not to.
That's right.
We're in a little deep now,
Right.
fella, let me tell you.
We're rolling.
All right, stand by, here we go.
Marker? Right now. Jim, that was better.
All right, rehearsal, guys.
All right, this is just rehearsal. Ready? And action.
Altitude's a little high.
I think it's been almost 10 years since we've been trying to do this. Pitch forward, get a really good view of the
You're
landing
looking
site.
great. Coming up 9 minutes. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet.
Peter has put a mark back there where he wants him to land.
What's
so
it
you
look
can
like?
see it on-
5.5 pounds.
What is it? It's a tire and
9
something.
forward. Forward.
This is a good spot. Just to know? There. Yeah, that's all right.
Command override off. Engine arm
We're
off.
home.
413 is in.
Man on the moon.
I see you.
Okay.
Ready and turn.
Two-shot of you picks it up from there, and then moving into a four-shot that comes back from there. As the scene progresses, we're going around this thing. Yeah. Because I don't think you can divorce this conversation from that. I forgive it just came from 5 solid minutes of this. Very important to understand you reacting the way we would react to seeing this. Forget it? Wait a minute.
The third seat. Okay.
And action.
Let's say it's another one to Fred. I think that's awfully good.
They're going to use slapsticks on this one. Be a mic tap hit.
Action.
What the feelings of the Apollo program are, and the symbol of mankind that we can live in peace and harmony in the future.
I didn't take them all the way in. Rather than even say anything about the, I like to keep the stuff to an absolute minimum.
Peter has
Coming up now, I'll tell you I'm off the ground.
Head slate. Okay, you can. This will be the biplane coming overhead, about 300 feet.
The third seat. Okay. Cut the third.
Tail sight coming up right now. Right now. Jim, that was better.
Anyway, President Johnson, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Alden, Werner von Braun, Robert Emenegger, Gene Kranz, James Webb, Joe Kerwin, Dr. Thomas Paine, Glenn Looney, Dr. Christopher Kraft, Dr. James Van Allen, General Trudeau, Lieutenant Colonel Donald Simon, and Grant Norrie. Now, the only two that I really have information on is Robert Emenegger. Apparently, he did a lot of video work and stuff for the Department of Defense. So the DoD did know him, okay? And the other one was Grant Norray, Norray, I believe, was to the best of my dad's knowledge, was a like some FBI, CIA, NSA, who knows, something like that. Okay, President Johnson only showed up for the first day of filming. Filming lasted for 3 days, and the entire project was restored to original. In other words, the hangars were all taken apart, the sand was all removed, and so on and so forth. Okay. Dad said there was a lot of building going on at the base, so at the time, so sand and cement powder was never questioned. I can see how they could smuggle that all in within everything else that's going on. Since 2002, I have dug up, I already told you about that, the evidence for the moon landing that I have found. If you go to Google and go to Cannon Air Force Base website, they admit that President Johnson was there. The lunar lander was there. The astronauts were there. I also have verified some of the people on the list were there. I also verified there are a lot of building going on in the base, just as he had told me. And all of this was going on at the same time, on the same date. Dad told me all these things father to son. He also told me not to ever tell anyone what he had said, but he said on his deathbed that he had to tell somebody before he died because it was just too important not to tell. I just want somebody to pick up where I left off and be able to prove with the information I've given. And I'm trying to give as much as I can because I know that once I die, I'm not going to be able to be asked any questions. So that's why I tried to give you a little backstory too. But that's about all I can think of. My dad, he raised me by the book. I know he didn't lie to me. And as I started seeing more and more of what he was telling me was true, I realized my dad wasn't lying. I lifted the lid off my dad's case, and you can see that his name is Cyrus Eugene Akers. He was born on July 17th, 1933. He died on September 28th, 2002. Here's his badge, and I wanted to see if I could get as close as possible so that you can read the numbers on the bottom, which are, okay, there it is. (07596). 07596. That's my dad. And it must have been a really early picture because he's only got 2 stripes, so that was back in the 50s, I'm sure. Probably not long after I was born. And there he is. That's my father.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.